If you love me, please don't judge me. Got my hands tied, the power's above me. Don't shoot the messenger, I'm just a puppet here. If you wanna place blame, then look to the puppeteer. Family, fortune, envy, jealousy, privilege, passed on, legacy, secret, sabotage, borderline, felony, suicide, subtract, selfish, pedigree, yeah.
Yeah, can you imagine this? We have a Chase Grids prediction video in July? What is this crap? Well, yeah, the Truck Series Chase is starting already, and it starts this weekend in Indianapolis as part of festivities this weekend. So yeah, over the next 15 weeks, we will have 7 races to decide who will be the 2022 Truck Series champion. As yeah, this Chase schedule is so fucked up this year because the Truck Chase starts this weekend. Cup Series Chase doesn't start till Labor Day weekend, and then Xfinity's doesn't start until after Bristol, near the end of September. Yeah, the schedules are just that fucked up. So yeah, we started the year, we now are down to 10 drivers in the Truck Series, so it's time to take a look at these 10 drivers and see who has the best chance at winning the 2022 Truck Series Championship. So let's take a look at this year's field. So, starting this off, we have our regular season champion, Zane Smith, who's driving for Front Row Motorsports? What the? So, Front Row Motorsports is actually a competitive team? Damn, that is kind of a shock, actually. As Zane Smith, yeah, he picked up where he's left off the last couple of years, as he's gone on and had a massive straight season, winning 3 races this year. Wins the regular season championship. Easily, he's been the best driver this season, all season, by a little bit. Like, he's been very consistent. He's easily the best driver in the field this year. No doubt about it. So, yeah, there's some hope here for all the Front Row Motorsports fans. Maybe someday with this kind of success, maybe Front Row Motorsports can be like their Cup Series team. Their Cup Series team can be like the Truck Series team, because this season is showing that Front Row Motorsports is truly a good team. Can be a good team. They just need to have the right people around and to get the job done, to get over that hump. Can Zane Smith finally do it? He's been close in the championship the last couple years. Is this the year he finally puts it all together and gets that Truck Series title that's eluded him? All I say is this, Zane Smith, don't fail in the chase like the other regular season Truck Series champions of years past. It's time. It's Zane Smith's time? We'll have to see. Just keep this in mind. In Front Row's 2 previous experiences in the Truck Chase, they didn't make it past the first round. Will Zane Smith prove that curse, or will once again Front Row not make it past the first round? We'll have to see. So Chandler Smith has backed up his breakout season from last season by taking the next step forward, having a couple wins, picking right back up where he left off. And of course, being one of the top drivers in the sport this year, wanted the 2nd seed in the chase. The question though for Chandler Smith is, can he be consistent enough to get to the Final 4? He's had some moments in the regular season he was very inconsistent in. So, can he put together 7 solid weeks to win that championship? Chandler Smith has a lot of pressure, though. Is this the year? Last year, he made it to the round of 8. Can he make it one step further and go to the round of 4? He has the tools and the speed and the equipment to do it. But can he put it all together? That's going to be the question for sure. The reigning defending Truck Series champion back to defend his title once again. And for Ben Rhodes, it's kind of like the same deal as last year. Hasn't had the fastest truck, but it's had some consistency. Even though, really, his consistency this year isn't the same as it was last year. He's kind of fallen off the last couple months. Like, he started the year off very well, but he's really taken a nosedive in performance the last couple months. He did get a win at Bristol Dirt, and that's about where all the positives end. Like, I'm kind of concerned about Ben Rhodes. I mean, Ben Rhodes could easily pull another magical run out of its ass and make it to the Final 4, maybe win back-to-back championships. It's very possible. But that team's been on a downturn. Can they hit that switch again and get hot at the right time? We'll have to see, but Ben Rhodes, this year, he's looking like the equivalent of a boom or bust pick, for sure. So, John Hunter Nemechek is back in the chase for the Truck Series Championship. We all know what happened last year. He was easily the odds-on favorite for the title, and then he had a massive collapse that led to him not winning the title. For the early part of this year, it seemed like that collapse has carried over into this year, but he has been able to figure it out and really build back up. Like, he may have one win. He doesn't have the same speed he had last year, but I'd say don't sleep on John Hunter Nemechek. I think he's easily one of the biggest dark horses for the championship this year. He has the speed and the capability and the consistency to go deep in this chase. So if John Hunter Nemechek, if he can somehow in these 7 races find that speed that he had last year, that led to him having a dominant season, but this time finished the job, Nemechek could get redemption over last year. Still pains that Nemechek didn't win that title last year. And this could be potentially his last dance with KBM, depending on what happens in Xfinity. He could be going to Xfinity next year. We'll see what happens. He's also linked to the 10 car at SHR. So yeah, can Nemechek get that title, or is this the last dance in that 8-4 truck for KBM? So it seems like Stuart Friesen has been able to recapture some of that magic he had in 2019 when he looked like a championship contender, because he's had a solid resurgent season. He was able to finally break his winless streak and win on a paved oval, winning at Texas earlier this year. And yeah, he's had some pretty good consistency. He could be a potential sleeper pick for this championship. We've seen him go deep in the chase before. He could easily come out of nowhere and steal this championship if everything goes his way. All I say is, hey, that Thrash Maniac 99 might be salty if Stuart Friesen wins this championship, considering that he was the one that said that Stuart Friesen looks like a flash in the pan, and honestly, Stuart looks like the complete opposite of that. All I say is Thrash Maniac, that fat tub of lard, can be salty for all I care. Friesen, go win that championship. But hey, Friesen, you're also going to be making a start in the NASCAR Penny Series at Oswego later this year, so you got that to look forward to. So yeah, good luck, my fellow Canuck. So Christian Eckes has finally made it back to the Truck Series chase with the Thor Sport in that 98 truck. He has had a lot of great consistency. He's been close to winning a race this year on a number of occasions. Just hasn't been able to seal the deal yet this year. You know, if he can find a way to win a race or two and seal the deal, he could become another dark horse contender for this championship. Like, he's had the consistency to be a contender. He just hasn't been able to seal the deal on a lot of races that he probably should have won. So can Eckes finally do it? Or is that issue of not being able to finish races going to end up costing him in the end and hold him back from the Final Four? We'll have to see how these 7 races pair out. But yeah, I think for Eckes, he has to win a race in this chase if he wants to have a shot at this championship. So Ty Majeski has finally made the Truck Series chase. About damn time. And I'll say Ty Majeski, he easily could be a dark horse contender for this championship because he's been very quietly consistent. He's been quietly one of the top 5 drivers in the series this year. He has been very quiet in his consistency. So if he can get his first career win, he could potentially win the championship this year. He has this consistency and the speed to do it, but can he finally do it? We'll have to see. Majeski easily is one of the biggest dark horses for the championship this year without a shadow of a doubt. No question about it. So Carson Hocevar has made it back to the chase again, and he's been very quietly consistent too, but is it going to be enough to be a championship contender? I don't know. We'll have to see. But he could pull another deep run out of his deep run in the chase. And he's been close on a couple occasions to win, but of course, the Black Flags Matter jinx, aka Darian Gilliam jinx, had to keep screwing him out of wins. Because anytime he's been in good position to win, Darian has to mention or speak his name, and that cost him. It's like, what is Darian's vendetta against Carson Hocevar? Like, what did Carson do to Darian? Did Carson put 3 creams in Darian's coffee instead of 2 or some shit? Like the only way Carson's gonna win a race in trucks or make it to the Final Four is if someone takes Darian's phone away and throws it away. Like Danny B, take his phone and throw it in the Mississippi River, the Atlantic Ocean, the safe, run it over. I don't care what you have to do. Keep Darian's phone away from Darian. Take his phone away at all costs if Carson's in position to win. That's going to be the main difference if Hocevar makes the Final Four or not. Is if Darian can shut the fuck up long enough or not. I thought Enfinger was going to be good this year. I mean, he did the good enough to make it in on points, but he's been a massive disappointment this year. Like with how good he's been the last couple of years, especially last year when he was in underfunded truck rides, I thought he was going to be good and be a championship contender in a good ride. But it seems like GMS this whole time was just being carried by guys like Sheldon Creed, Zane Smith, and Brett Moffitt. And once all 3 of them have fucked off to greener pastures, the entire team fell to shit. And is now collapsing on itself. But Enfinger did just enough to make it in. Like, I thought Enfinger was going to be good, but he's just been a disappointment this year. I don't know, maybe Enfinger can turn around and pull a deep run out, but I have my doubts with this team. Just, GMS this year has been pretty much the equivalent of trash this year. Like, this team has been a massive disappointment. Not expecting too much out of Enfinger this year in the chase. Oh, you made it back into the chase again, Matt Crafton, for the 6th year in a row? By doing the bare minimum just to drunkenly stumble in? I lose the part in here where I'm supposed to be impressed from a 4-time champion like you. Like, the main reason you were able to do the bare minimum is because the competition in trucks is about as diluted as my piss. It is fucking weaker than goddamn Xfinity. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, it's kind of frustrating to see Matt Crafton, a 4-time champion, constantly just do the bare minimum to drunkenly stumble in. And then there are times in the chase where he does this, and then he all of a sudden bullshits his way to a Final Four appearance. Like, it's goddamn fucking stupid. Like, honestly, Crafton, this team is easily screaming first round elimination. Like, seriously, just go in the fucking corner with the other wannabe teams and fuck off. So now, here is your chase grid for the 2022 season. Here's all 10 drivers listed, the places they were seated. So, round 1, we got Lucas Oil Raceway, the return, aka Indianapolis Raceway Park, along with Richmond and Kansas Speedway. That's the round of 10. So, out of these 10 drivers, who advanced to the round of 8? Let's see. So now on the screen, I have the 8 drivers I have moving on to the round of 8 and my race winners in that round. So I'll go through all of them. So Lucas Oil Raceway, I got that race going to Zane Smith. Zane Smith's been one of the top drivers this year on short tracks. I'm just feeling it's a Zane Smith kind of race. You know, it's a short track. You know, Zane Smith has experience on short tracks. You know, he's won at Martinsville and Dover. So I say Zane Smith, this is a win for him. Richmond, I got Richmond going to John Hunter Nemechek. I think that's Nemechek's race. I think Nemechek gets the win there. And Kansas, I got that race going to Chandler Smith. Chandler Smith won on a 1.5 mile configuration like this earlier in the year in Las Vegas. He's been pretty good on 1.5 miles. I say that's Chandler Smith's race right there. And I got Ben Rhodes, Stuart Friesen, Christian Eckes, Ty Majeski, and Carson Hocevar making it to the round of 8 on points. So the 2 drivers I have eliminated are Grant Enfinger and Matt Crafton. Enfinger's out because he's been a massive disappointment this year, and I'm just not feeling it from him this year. And Matt Crafton, honestly, Crafton has no business being anywhere near the Truck Series chase. He's just done the bare minimum, and the bare minimum is not going to work in the chase. So I think Crafton's probably the easiest elimination. Like, he's not been that good this year. I'm just not feeling Crafton or Enfinger this year. So that's my round of 8 right there. Zane Smith, John Hunter Nemechek, Chandler Smith, Ben Rhodes, Stuart Friesen, Christian Eckes, Ty Majeski, and Carson Hocevar. So, the round of 8, it consists of Bristol, Talladega, and Homestead, Miami. Yes, Homestead's deciding the Final Four this year, not Martinsville. So we got a short track, a wild card crapshoot in Talladega, and one of the top mile-and-a-half tracks on the circuit. So out of these 8, who will make it to the Final Four? AKA, which 4 drivers am I jinxing this year because I never learned my lesson? So now on the screen, I have my Final Four here listed for the Truck Series Chase. And a couple names in there you'll be surprised, and some names you may not be surprised. And of course, I got my race winners in blue. So I'll go over all of them right now. So for Bristol, I say Bristol is going to be a first-time winner once again, and it's going to be a driver in the chase. This year, I think it's going to be Ty Majeski gets his first career win at Bristol, and that will put Majeski into the Final Four for the Trucks Chase. Like, Majeski's had a very under-the-radar championship caliber season. I feel like if he can get that one win, he could possibly be a title contender. And I think Bristol's a good place to get it. So I got Majeski winning Bristol. Now, I have nobody listed for Talladega because Talladega is a fucking crapshoot. So for Talladega, the last 3 years, this race has been won by a non-chaser. And the last 3 years, that non-chaser has been somebody that got their first career win. 2019, it was Spencer Boyd. 2020, it was current Penny Series driver Rafael Lazard. Last year, it was Tate Fogelman. This year, I'm going to go for the Twitter meltdown option. Yes, you're going to hear this correctly. I got Matt DiBenedetto winning Talladega. Come fight me. I think Matty D is going to cause Twitter to go into an absolute meltdown. I have DiBenedetto getting his first career Truck Series win at Talladega. You heard it here first. Come at me. And at Homestead, I got Homestead going to Chandler Smith. Again, Chandler Smith's been one of the top drivers this year on a mile-and-a-half. So I think he gets the job done at Homestead. And I got Zane Smith and John Hunter Nemechek making it in on points. So the 4 drivers I have out are Ben Rhodes, the reigning champion, Stuart Friesen, Christian Eckes, and Carson Hocevar. Rhodes could possibly win a race in this round, maybe make it in on points, but he just hasn't had the consistency he had last year, and I'm just not feeling it. Stuart Friesen, I feel like Friesen's going to have a bad race in this round, and it's going to put him in a must-win hole entering Homestead, and I just feel like Rhodes ain't going to get it done. Friesen ain't going to get it done. Eckes could, but I feel like something's going to happen to Eckes. He gets caught in a big one at Dega, and that's going to put him in a hole entering Homestead. And Hocevar, I'm just not feeling Hocevar. Hocevar, the only way he makes it in is a win, and I don't see that happening. Like, Hocevar just hasn't had the speed to compete with the other 7 drivers in this field. So, yeah. So, for my Final Four, it's Ty Majeski, Chandler Smith, Zane Smith, and John Hunter Nemechek. I think these 4 will put on a great show for the championship at Phoenix. So, out of these 4, who do I have winning the 2022 Truck Series Championship? So, for my 2022 Truck Series Championship pick, I've looked at all 4 options. All 4 would have a good shot at winning at Phoenix. Chandler Smith, he did win at Phoenix last year when he wasn't in the Final Four. A win that would have made Chandler Smith champion had he made it that far. I don't think Chandler Smith's going to win there 2 years in a row. It's very hard to win at a track 2 years in a row. Nemechek, he had issues last year, fell in a hole, was able to come all the way back to top 10 and just miss out on the championship. I just don't feel like Nemechek has that speed back that he had last year. It just isn't there. And Ty Majeski, he's been very underrated this year, but he just does not, I don't know if he just has enough to get it done. So for this one, I say this year's champion will win the season finale, and it's a driver that's finished second in the championship the last 2 years in a row. He's come oh so close to winning the Truck Series Championship, but has always fallen 1 spot short of the championship. This year, I think this driver finally will get over that hump and will finally win that Truck Series Championship. And I have that champion being none other than Mr. Zane Smith. Yes, I think it's Zane Smith's time. I have Zane Smith winning the 2022 Truck Series Championship. He's been very fast at Phoenix. He's come close the last 2 years with GMS. Hasn't been able to get it done. I think this year with Front Row Motorsports, I think he's ended up with the right team at the right time. And I think he will get Front Row Motorsports a NASCAR sanctioned championship. Their first in any NASCAR sanctioned series of any kind. And I think Shane Smith will get his first career Truck Series championship. Like, the talent is there for him. I think Shane Smith will finally get over that hump and win that championship. And we will see Kamikaze Games have a salty meltdown over it. Since Kamikaze hates Shane Smith for some reason. I think it was because of an ARCA crash that ended Austin Terrio's career or some shit, but just some petty bullshit. Like, it's Kamikaze. What do you expect? But yeah, anyway, that'll wrap it up here. Shane Smith's my pick for the 2022 Truck Championship. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Hope everyone's a great day, and what are your predictions? Let's debate down below. But yeah, anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope everyone's a great day, and I'll see you on whatever I make next. Peace. Now watch this. These predictions age horribly, and I'm totally wrong after the first round. Just watch.